Welcome to Rope Dropping Knowledge, where we guide you through the magic of Disney.
Hey.
We're back again.
Remember when we first started the podcast, we used to always record on Thursday evenings.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's Thursday evening.
It's Thursday evening. So, hey. What was that? Is that a dog?
Yeah.
Is a dog outside?
I don't think they can hear it. This
No.
has pretty good noise cancellation.
I hope so. For what it cost. But yeah, we are back, and we are back. We were back at the parks too.
Yes.
Well, actually, we've been to the parks technically 3 times
Yeah.
since we did our last podcast. So, I think we didn't do one between Russell's and this one, did we? I don't think we did.
No.
No. Okay. So yeah, we are back with a lot of park news, some Disney news, and a new giveaway. So we are giving away a Doctor Strange cape throw. So,
It's called the Cloak of Levitation.
well, officially, MCU.
MCU. Well,
Yeah.
that's what the
In the
item
comic.
says when you check out in
Yeah.
Disney store.
We're not promising any levitation though.
Yes. Yeah, no.
But it's a funny story around this particular giveaway because Tracy has one, and she took a video, I think probably about a year ago,
Yeah.
a year or two ago, and it started out with, I think this was for your birthday. I
Yeah,
don't
like
know,
2 years,
Though
2,
it
3 years
float-
ago.
messaged me and said, "Hey, this would be cool," because she knows that Doctor Strange is your favorite MCU character,
Hmm.
and said this would be like really cool. And I had never seen them before. I was like, "Oh wow, that would be really cool," because
Mhm.
what it is, you could wear it like a costume, like as a Doctor Strange cloak. Well, not a cloak, cape.
Cape. And
Cape,
then, yeah.
But it's also inside. It's a throw.
Yeah, it's like a blanket.
So you can wear it as a costume or just a
Or just at
cosplay
home.
Doctor Strange, or you can snuggle on the couch with it.
Yeah, my back's always cold, so I like it because I can just place it on my back and I'll
Yeah.
be warm.
She tells me that at least 6 times a week.
No, I don't.
My back is
I
cold.
don't tell you that.
So yeah, and it even has like a little fastener, so like with the symbol. So
Mhm.
I mean, it really kind of looks like the cape. So it's pretty cool, but it serves 2 functions. And so I was just like, oh yeah. And then they weren't at the park, and so no, it was
They
a
were.
special cast member day
Yeah,
where cast members could go and get this 20% discount.
yeah.
And so we asked Tony's
Tony.
sister
Yep.
to get. You know me, I'm always like about getting 2. I'm like, if it's a discount, especially.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I think we get the other ones online because I didn't know because he's like, well, I don't know if she can get it, but I'll put in our order.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I really want this for Tracy's birthday. So I ended up, well, I don't know if she can. And then then Tony was kind of like, he wasn't sure at one point.
Mhm.
And so then because this was all, you didn't know anything about this because I wanted it to be a surprise. and then I said, well, I'll go ahead and
No,
order
she could
too.
get it online because
Well,
that was
but
the-
you weren't even talking to them though. You didn't
Right.
know about this. She ended up, she could,
Mhm.
but we didn't know if they were gonna have it. He still had to talk to his sister.
Mhm.
So I was like, I better just make the move, and I got 2 for
Mhm.
myself. And then she ended up coming through with 2,
Mhm.
so he ended up having 4 of them. So we did give some away,
Mhm.
and then you got yours,
Mhm.
but we still have one still
Extra.
sealed,
Mhm.
brand new in the packaging left. And I thought it was giveaway, like monthly giveaway worthy, so we
Mhm.
didn't include it in our spring cleaning.
Mhm.
And by the way, congratulations to all our spring cleaning winners.
Yes.
I think they all 10
Yeah.
of them got their stuff.
Yeah.
And
Thanks for helping us clean.
yeah, it's all new stuff, so hopefully you guys like it. So yeah, we are going to be giving that away this month, and yeah, it's really cool. and it keeps you warm and it keeps you cool. And I should have. We already posted it, but we should have posted it with that diss of Doctor Strange giving you at the parks.
Oh yeah, I ran into Doctor Strange at the parks, and I'm like, man, you shouldn't be talking because you're losing your job. But he's like, I'm like, you're my favorite Avenger, and he's all, I'm my favorite too. And then he just walks away. I was like, jeez.
But that's what he would say, though.
I know that would.
He
be.
was in character.
He's like, I'm my favorite too.
Well, no, he was walking to his post.
Mm-hmm.
So to be fair, he probably was on a time clock. He had to get there to take pictures. Yeah. No, you said, you're my favorite character, and he's like,
Oh yeah, character.
Yeah,
I should
I'm
have
my
said
favorite
Avenger.
So, which I thought was funny. We have a little video of it, but I think I was too slow with the video to get the words.
Yeah.
But it did show you getting dissed.
But he is. It's like I should have been like, well, you're out of the job soon, so.
Listen, well, no, he's unionizing. That's his choice. He's not like he didn't get fired.
That's true. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Well, we can talk about that now because we're giving away the cloak.
Well, yeah, but I need to finish the actual giveaway.
Oh yeah,
do's
the
and
question.
don'ts and stuff. So yes, if you want to win this particular giveaway ends on Saturday, July 6th, so after the holiday. And all you have to do is direct message us to answer to this question via Facebook, Instagram, or email at info@ropedroppingknowledge.com. For every medium you use, you get an additional entry. And the question is, how much money would it take for you to give up all things Disney for 5 years? So, yeah, just give us an amount, and if we encourage you to tell us kind of your rationale too. You don't have to. You can just give us a dollar amount, but if you tell us your rationale, that'd be cool. Because
did you say give up all things Disney?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if I just said giving up, go to the parks, well, some people don't go to the parks.
Don't even go, yeah.
Yeah. That means all Disney, Star Wars, everything. No Disney Plus, no Hulu, no ESPN.
I don't know about no ESPN, but
yeah, all things Disney. How much would it take? Because Tracy was like, we were just having kind of a discussion about the question, and we had different versions of the question earlier, and I was like, she's like, she wouldn't give it up. She was like having a hard time understanding why I would give it up for $1 million. And I'm
for
like,
5 years.
For 5 years, for $1 million, like tax free, and we're talking net, right? So after taxes, no taxes, just a solid amount. Of course, for 5 years. If I gave up everything Disney for 5 years, it would suck. But if I plan on living until at least my 80s, I could use that $1 million to do Disney like every day, from that 5 year point on. That's the way I'm looking at it. You know what I mean? You're Club 33 level now. You could just boom for years. Every Disney, even if you.
And that's just me thinking of just not going to the parks for 5 years. I don't know about giving up all Disney.
Yeah,
because what am I going to do at home?
Well, you'll find other stuff to do, but yeah, I would say I'm not saying it would be easy. I'm saying it would be logical.
Worth it, yeah.
It would be logical.
Suppose I'll start
with $1 million. Even with California housing prices, you could literally buy a house in Anaheim and go to the parks every day, like with $1 million.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I suppose I'll take up K-pop or something
in the 5 years into the K hole, which is funny.
They'll
because
all be in the military in the 5 years.
A lot of ones you like, and then there's some that are getting out. But
yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be logical. But then, so some people, but if it was that big of a struggle for you, that's why I thought it was a good question. I know that we're gonna have some listeners that'll be like, $1 billion, or
like
$1 billion. Really, that's
it's priceless. No money is worth that amount, or something. I don't know. Some philosophical answer.
We're going to be talking about some Disney costs later in the episode. So, about people taking on debt to go to Disney. So yeah, to me, it's like that is logical. It would be painful, but to me, it makes sense. And then there's opportunity costs. There's certain things you could do with that money. Now I know that we have some savvy listeners in there who are going to be like, "Well, do I get the money?" Because the ones who are really smart with money, or they have their MBAs, or they're in finance, they're going to be like, "Well, so do I get the money up front, or do I get the money after the 5 years?" That's an important business question. You have to wait the 5 years
To get the money?
Yeah. So once that 5 years elapses, you get $1 million. You could go to Disney again, or whatever the amount of money you say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that will, if you're smart, that should change your decision on the amount. Because there's opportunity cost you with music. So
because you can invest and double it.
Yeah,
If you get it first.
Yeah, you can make sure that you have a lot more money, or you could entertain yourself with a lot of other things during that time. We're like, no, you have to have the same life you are living today, and for 5 years, and then you can start doing Disney stuff again with money, and that's gonna make a difference. Some people have, Disney is like their only escape. So if they can't afford to do other things like travel abroad or other things that they might have on their mind, it's that amount of money is going to have to be really high, or maybe they want to make it right. So yeah, so I just wanted to make the rules clear. So again, this ends 11:59 p.m. July 6th, and good luck. All right. So what do we want to talk about? You want to talk about the Russell trip first? Or we want to kind of mix and match and just do
Well,
whatever?
when I first mentioned Dante's coworkers, our cousin Dante came up to me at my cousin's graduation party saying that,
the first graduation party.
Yeah. Saying that, I was at work, and then all of a sudden I heard yours and Brian's voice. And I was like, are they talking on the phone with Brian? I think he heard your voice. And then he went over, and it turns out that they were listening to our podcast.
At work?
At work.
This makes my HR
working.
blood boil. No, I'm joking.
You'd rather they listen to music? Same thing.
No, I'm joking. Nah,
but anyways,
that's great.
So I gave the name I asked their coworkers' names. So shout out to Ariana and Lydia, who are Dante's coworkers, and we gave Dante some stickers and magnets to share with you.
Some RDK swag.
Yeah.
That's cool when you hear random stuff like that, because that's like out of the blue.
Yeah.
That means that the reach of the podcast is bigger than, it's leaving a bigger footprint, because it's one thing if he would have told everyone at his work, hey, my cousins have a podcast and people start listening. For somebody or somebody you're related to randomly hear your podcast, that's pretty cool. So, so shout out to them. And, and
send us a message.
Send us a
Say
message.
Hi.
Yeah, say hi. Definitely. And we should do this more. All our friends do this. But whatever podcast you're listening to, ours, but any other podcasts that you are, whether it's Disney related, whether it's true crime related, whatever, if you get enjoyment out of it, go leave a rating.
Yes.
Leave
a review.
Leave that 5-star rating. Leave a review.
If you do leave a review for us, I don't know why, but ours don't show up. So make sure you screenshot it and send it to us. It disappears for some reason.
I know. I don't know what happened.
And then if you're...
yeah, they do. Sometimes. Yeah. I don't know if it's just an app issue.
Because people are like, we left your review. I'm like, I don't see it. But I don't know anything about it. You handle that. I can't even change my screen name.
Yeah, Cali Asian.
Yeah. Like I left a review for Learning the Magic, and then while we were driving, we heard them read it. It's like, this is from, I don't know how to say it. Is it Cali, Arizona 77? And I was like, oh gosh, that's me. This was my AOL screen name, so I don't know how it ended up on my Apple podcast review thing, but I can't delete it. I don't know how to change it. I don't know where it came from. It's Cali AZN. Back in the 90s.
So your reviews
Asians
probably are
called
showing up.
AZN in AOL.
Tracy is tech cursed. So
Yeah.
so maybe I should be the one checking
So
for
they're
the
like, well,
for all the
thank you,
reviews.
Cali, Arizona, for your review. And I was like, oh, geez, that's me. I messaged them like, I am Cali Asian 77.
That's
And
so
Elise
funny.
was like, I'm dying.
That's her AZN name from back in your UC Irvine days.
Yeah.
When you were driving around with
Asian.
the big hair in your lowrider with the Civic with the nitrous in it, you know?
No, I never had a Civic. All my friends did, but I never had one.
Like ding 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 ding, you know, like that the Fast and Furious music.
Yeah, yeah.
Like bumping in the background. Fast and Furious 1.
Yeah, that's so strange. I don't know how that the only time I used that was AOL, which is like nobody probably even knows what that means.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm that old.
Half our listeners, you know. I don't think Hannah knows what that is.
No,
She's only 30.
she doesn't know. She's like, you're what? You're who?
AOL. Is that like really laughing out loud? Like out loud. That's out loud. I don't know. No, that's not.
So yeah. Anyways, so yes, leave if you do leave us, sorry, please screenshot it and send it to us.
Just as proof, and we'll read it. So
Yeah.
don't. That's why we want to, you know, not you know, to like.
Unless you
submit.
don't want us to read it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So we went to the parks, like I said, 3 times since our last podcast, and we were up there twice for 2 graduations, brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was our cousin Russell, and he graduated from
Cal State Long Beach.
Cal State Long Beach. Yeah, I always forget. You have so many
Kinesiology or
cousins.
something. I
Yeah,
think.
kinesiology. Yeah, he's going to be an occupational therapist.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went last year to Bethany's,
Mm-hmm.
and you know she graduated from UCSD, and then now she graduated from
Chapman
I think so. Yeah,
for her master's. Yeah.
I get everyone messed up because Kevin went to Chapman,
Yeah.
and then we have so many cousins that went to UCI. So, but yeah, she's going to be a teacher. So, and then we
Yeah.
have one little cousin, well, in that group left, and then after that, it's just going to be weddings and babies for them, and then me and
then
Emmy.
the babies graduate high school.
Yeah, their high school
That's the only
graduations.
other thing to look forward to. Just kidding.
I know. Unless we get more babies. Well, actually, we do have one baby
Coming up.
in Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
That's
December.
cooking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, alrighty. So yeah.
Yeah. So the first park day was Memorial Day
Mhm.
because Russell's graduation party was the Sunday before. So we had his party. His parents treated us to Brazilian barbecue.
Oh,
That was
delicious. Fogo de
delicious.
chao.
Uh-huh. And it's been a while since we stayed at
The Marriott.
the Anaheim Marriott, like off property. I mean, it's still close because it's
Yeah,
where the
man.
convention center is. But we're been so spoiled with on property stays that we're like, ugh. We have to
I don't even, it's spoiled or lazy. Because the thing is that because I could be putting that money away. I could be stacking it, but no, I'm.
But if
like,
we never knew better, we would have been happy with Anaheim Marriott.
Man, lifestyle creep is real.
Because
And we're
when
going to talk about
we-
this later. Whether we talk about people going into debt, because
Yeah, because when we first started going to Disney and the first time we stayed at the Anaheim Marriott, we're like, whoa, this is cool. Let's stay here for all of our stays. And now we're like, ugh.
it's not.
Yeah, I know,
It's
it's
a
not,
very
ugh.
nice hotel. You know,
It's a nice hotel.
yeah.
It's just the
It's just the convenience
walk.
of being on property is this, and that's the one thing that we said on Johnny's podcast when he had us on, is that what's the one selling point that we would tell East Coast people about the West Coast Park is that everything is there,
Mm-hmm.
and when you stay on property, you're on property. It's
Yeah.
not like hypothetically on property.
Yeah,
It's not like
yeah,
you're like in Florida, you're technically on property.
Right.
Because they own
Yeah.
100 square miles or something
And
of a park.
their distance is probably even further from Disneyland to the Anaheim Marriott.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a lot farther.
Mm-hmm.
They can't walk.
Yeah, well, at least we
could
could
walk
walk.
from the Anaheim Marriott.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
we
like a
did
mile.
actually.
It's only a mile, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
about like that. So, and it's right to the gate. It's not like, oh, we got to take side streets or anything.
Yeah.
No, it's on harbor.
Yeah.
Like all the hotels are well, not all, but most of them
Most.
are on harbor or right off harbor.
Yep.
So
Most of the good neighbor hotels are right there.
yeah, we're very spoiled with that here in California,
Yeah.
and we're so spoiled that we want to even be closer.
I mean, we will try the other hotels. We almost tried, like Candy Cane and Camelot and all
Right.
that. That's even 3 minutes away.
Yeah.
So that is a lot closer. It's just not a Marriott, and we want to use our points and all that stuff.
Yeah, we stack points and it's cool. But yeah, but Anaheim is good. We recommend it. You know, again, I buy
There's
shares
a
in-
Starbucks inside. If you
Starbucks
need coffee in the
inside.
morning before you rope drop.
Yeah, it's very nice, very nice. And it's by the convention center. So
Yeah.
if there is if Day 23 is going on,
Mhm.
you know, you stack your Marriott points, use them for that room. That's
Yep.
what we save Marriott points for. It's for Comic-Con, you know,
Star Wars
if we go to
Celebration.
like a D23 or you know, when we went to Star Wars Celebration, there's usually a Marriott either right next to a convention center or very close by,
Mhm.
and you can just kind of use that because that's when the rooms are just outrageous as far as price. But the way Marriott does it is the points stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's just a random Tuesday, that's how much the points are. Or if it's Star Wars convention, that's how much the points are.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the dollar amount goes up wildly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's one of the benefits of using hotel points, especially for all you people who travel for business and stuff. We're trying
Mhm.
to talk to Johnny, man. You know, hey. But yeah, we were up there. Great graduation, great meet, great party for Russell. And then we went on that Monday, which was Labor Day.
Mm-hmm. Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Sorry.
And stay at Anaheim Marriott. So we just what did we do? I think we walked.
Yeah, that's
To
what I'm
the
saying. We
parks.
walked from there.
And then at night we just took a Lyft or Uber back.
Yeah. And I don't know if we did a whole lot that day. We kind of just
No,
chilled.
we went to. I thought we had gone to Carthay Circle, but maybe not. Oh, we went to the Magic Key Lounge. Hello,
Yeah,
Magic Key Terrace. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, because they had some Pixar food that we'll talk about later in Taste Talk, and we just basically chilled because we knew we'll be back for 2 days
Yeah.
in 2
In
weeks.
2 weeks, yep.
So we chilled.
It was nice though.
We
because
had a
we saw the Pixar parade from the Magic Key Terrace. That's the first time we saw
oh
it.
yeah.
You know, and we were still obscured by some trees.
Yeah.
But we saw most of it.
And then we had we did experience on Memorial Day. There were a lot of tourists, and there were a lot of people behaving badly. That's what we
Right.
noticed.
Yeah.
The first thing we noticed when we were walking there in the morning.
Not even behaving bad, just being foolish, kind of foolish behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, the first two didn't bother me as much as the last one. So I was just like thinking about it the whole time. Not the last one, but the
yeah,
website. So the first guy was like, okay, so we're walking there, and there's usually a stop sign right before you get to the last crosswalk.
the bus entrance.
Yeah, that's the last crosswalk before you get to the harbor drop off. And it's because it's a crosswalk because that's where the shuttles go in and out
Mhm.
and buses
Right.
go in and out.
And there's a little
So-
security guard station there.
Yeah. So this guy with like a family of 6 or something, because it was him, his wife, his dad, the kids, grandparents, uncles, everything. Big family. He was like,
Yeah, this
he
was more
didn't-
funny.
yeah, it's funny because like everybody was waiting at the crosswalk. All of a sudden, he's telling his family, "Let's go this way," and he was trying to go in and cross where the buses
and
were going
everybody
in and
knows
out.
that dad. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody has. It's either if you don't know that dad, it's your dad, because everyone has that dad who's just like I know better than everybody who's waiting.
Yeah.
You
Why
know?
am I waiting with these people? Let's go.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so instead of waiting for the
light.
crosswalk,
Mhm.
light to say walk, he's like, no, we're just gonna go here. You know,
We'll just go
and
inside.
what made it funny is not really that because it could have just been a simple mistake. It's that his kids, because I think he was from
His
Honduras.
kids were scared.
His kid, I think he's from Honduras. He's speaking Spanish, but he has because my 2 best friends at work. They're married to Honduran guys. They have the same accent. Like, I think he's from Honduras. And the kids in English were like, no, we can't go.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, come on. You know?
And then the wife was kind of like going in and out, like, should I just go or should I just stay? I don't know what to do. And she was kind of like hesitant. He went. They started following him, and I think I didn't see the security guard come out, but you saw.
Yeah, is a dude looked like a bigger version of me. He came out, was like, nope, back. And so like,
but then by that time it was time to cross anyway, so he just kept going. I think, right?
Well, no, but he still had to come back and walk with the crowd. He couldn't go through the thing. So it's like, again, my whole thing about behavior is just don't make yourself a meme. You know, because he's trying to like show like this alpha leadership to his family. Like, we don't have to wait for these other people. And then you got checked. It's like, that doesn't, now you look worse than everybody waiting. Yeah, you look cooler. It's almost like, you know, double or nothing bet. It's like, yeah, or it's not even a double or nothing bet. It's like, if you win, you're literally 3 seconds ahead of everyone else.
Well, we ended up getting to the park before him.
Yeah, we got inside in the gate, and then he's going to
like, oh, you're all well, look who made it.
Yeah. So if you get like an ounce of coolness versus a gallon of shame. And everybody's looking at you like, dude, we're waiting here for a reason. Like, you don't, you know. Yeah, and we still beat you inside the park.
Yeah.
By just normal walking, not running. You know,
Yes.
just. And I think that's a lesson for anybody in Disney. You don't have to hurry.
Yeah,
like,
calm down, because you're waiting all day.
Especially when you're not rope dropping. Because we were rocking at like 9, 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not like there's already tens of thousands of people inside the park. You're not beating anyone to any line.
Exactly.
Regardless of the park.
You know what's the funny is, like, you know, when Indiana Jones and Thunder Mountain and Space Mountain splits into two lines, and they say, you know, pick either line as long as your party's in the same line. And it's so funny when they pick the wrong line and the other line moves. They get so upset. They're like, "Oh my God, I should have went in again. Oh, I picked the wrong line." I was like, "Dude, calm down. You'll be in the same place. Don't worry."
Yeah. It's
just
very
funny.
yeah. Like human emotions at the parks, man, they get wild. It's like alcohol. It's like it brings out your true self. You know.
Well,
Just
okay. So
chill.
the second one was kind of like, I don't know if it's funny. I guess I don't know, but. Well, now that Genie Plus costs money, it's not that funny. But at the Little Mermaid, but because it's a Little Mermaid, it's whatever. It's Little Mermaid Lightning Lane, because we always have Lightning Lane, and the family in front of us just walks through because there was only one cast member at the Lightning Lane, and she was distracted because somebody behind her was asking her a question. So she turned around completely, her back to the Lightning Lane scanning thing, and the entire family of 5 just walked right through. And I was like, ugh. And then you're like, it's okay, it's fine. And so I did the whole like nerd thing and just scanned anyways, even though the cast member wasn't looking. And I don't know if they didn't know, because there's a lot of confusion.
To me, it's like
they may not know it's a
most
Lightning
people,
Lane.
especially with a lot of the Lightning Lane queues, like there's people who are getting in the wrong line all the time. And especially when the Lightning Lane is right next to the standby.
Right.
So you're just walking down a lane.
Where you see there's lanes.
Yeah, so I'm just like.
So they probably thought it was, I mean, I don't know. But I was just like, ugh, okay, fine, whatever. It's Little Mermaid. But the third one had me so mad. I wanted to say something, but since it already passed, it wasn't worth it, right? So this is why I don't like merging. Okay. So
this
web
wasn't
slingers.
really merging.
No, but it was a result of merging. Because if it was a line to begin with, they would stay in their spot.
Oh, you mean after the room? Yeah.
Yeah. So web slingers, you go in a room, you watch Peter Parker, and then after that, you get out and you merge into a line. So we merged into the line, and then there was this family who got split apart because the father had the scooter, or the grandpa had the scooter. So we let them ahead of us, like, oh, yeah, go, grandpa. You know, so they joined us. And then we're standing in line. We're almost there. And then this kid was like tapping on my shoulder. Excuse me. And I was like, oh, okay. So I let him through because I thought
he was trying to take out his family.
He was meeting up with another family. And then his dad follows him. The kid was like 12. His dad was a grown man. And then they tried to get.
But even if he was a grown man, and if like he had a wife and daughter up ahead, so what? We
Yeah.
We always
We're like,
do that.
fine, yeah, go.
Go.
But then the family in front of us didn't let them go. He kept going, excuse me, and they kept blocking him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lady's like, are you trying to meet someone? And they didn't say anything. And then the dad kept telling the kid, just go, just go. Like the dad was like making the kid cut. Anyways, the family in front of them didn't let them go. So they ended up in front of us because they just cut in front of me just to cut. They weren't meeting anybody. And then we ended up in the same car as them. I'm like, ugh. The kid is fine because he's just listening to what his dad's telling him to do. But I just wanted to punch the dad. They were just cutting. They're like, excuse me, excuse you what? Ugh. See?
Yeah.
I really thought they were meeting someone.
I know. Well, I think you don't like it because it was taking advantage of your Disney manners, right?
Yeah, because I let the man with the scooter in front of me because I knew he had to be.
Everybody at Disney, if somebody's trying to catch up with their family,
Yeah.
if there's a mom who had to take the kid to the bathroom, you just let them go, right?
Yeah, it's a rule of two.
Yeah.
If there's two,
well, we don't even.
go.
It's not even a rule. We just let everyone go. I don't.
Well, if there's
I'm
more
like,
than
whatever.
two, it's like, no, you're not passing me.
I'm not going to cause a fight over,
But there's never anybody who has done that. Like, if they were saying, excuse me, they're literally meeting their family. So I've always just let them
Yeah,
through.
that's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
that. It's
And now
Disney
with the DOS
etiquette.
thing, encouraging the return to meet up with your family with the DOS
Yeah.
like
Oh,
replacement
that's a
or
whole
whatever.
mess. That's a whole nother
Now there's going to be
podcast.
more people doing that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, go. But then they ended up just like.
It was just a guy
I
who
was
was trying
like,
to cut
"Ugh."
line,
Ugh.
and so it's just kind of like,
But he made his kid do it. He was telling his kid, just go, just go.
yeah.
So it's not like,
And it's one of those things where you're not. It's like he's teaching this kid to be a hustler, but you're already. You already can afford to go to Disney. He looked like a tech Irvine guy. You know what I mean? Like a tech bro guy. So it wasn't like you look like a somebody who doesn't know the rules. You know what I mean? It was like he knew what he was doing, and everybody's just kind of looking at him. You know what I mean? And it was just like I was like, whatever. To me, it doesn't bother me because, well, it doesn't bother me in the sense of to get outraged because I've been given a lot of bonuses in life. So
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, okay, you got one over on Disney. It's not like it held us up because we ended up in the same car.
Right. Didn't help you much.
But she did cut a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Because they were up on the railing and they came down.
I didn't even see them in the room. Like
so they
it's
cut like 20 people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not good karma. I tell you that. So. I don't know. But encouraging kids to like jump lines or encouraging kids like we saw a long time ago to jump into the lightning lane when you didn't pay.
Yeah, when you were in the single rider line and you jumped over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad because now individual lightning lane you pay for it. So
if that kid grows up and gets in trouble at school for breaking rules or steals or something, you can't be like, I don't know where you learned that.
Where did you learn that from?
I know. It's like, no, it's you. And and I get it. It's a long wait, but everybody there's waiting.
Yeah. I mean, you go to Disneyland to wait.
Yeah. And if you're a big shot, get the plaid.
You don't want to wait? Pay the plaid.
Yeah.
And then the last one you saw, I didn't see. They were trying to go in through the exit or something.
Yeah, and I think that was just another one, kind of like the very first one, where we're walking out and then through the exit, and then because the exits and the entrances look the same, but the exit is blocked off by those green bars, gates, things, and so he just looks at the exit and thinks it's an entrance that no one's using. And he just has all his kids jumping the gate, the little mini gates that they have that link together, the mini fences I should call them. And it's like, now all you guys you're gonna have your whole family go over there and you're gonna get checked just like the first guy.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you can go in there, and it's just like, it's not that big a deal. It's like, why shame yourself and shame your family for, even the last guy we talked about who cut in web slingers, like why shame your family to save a minute of time, even if you're lucky. You know what I mean? Because Disney moves pretty efficiently.
Yeah.
It's not like oh my god, that's an hour difference. You know,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Like you were already in.
Well, just like even people who speed on a surface street, it's like, oh, there you are again at the stoplight with me. So what was the point of the speeding, you know, and cutting me off?
Now, I know this makes us sound really old because when you're kids, you never complain about these type of things in your 20s. This makes it sound like, get off my lawn. But that's why I'm not mad, because I know it's like, it doesn't affect me.
Right.
It's just one of those things. It's like, you know, when you like, if it was teenagers doing it, it actually I wouldn't be mad at all.
No, I would be mad if it was teenagers.
The
Because they're
problem
just
is
teenagers.
you're a parent. And when
Yeah.
you're a parent
Yeah.
doing it, it's just like, oh, man.
If it's teenagers, I'm like,
It's
oh,
like
whatever.
you're
a teenager.
failing.
Yeah.
You're like totally
You're
failing.
a grown man trying to make your son cut in
you,
line.
you have like, you know, the most important job, and you're failing at it in front of with an audience.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. That's just my opinion. But
But yes, we saw a lot of that on Memorial Day for some reason.
yeah,
We're like, okay,
is this how you honor the troops?
Yeah.
That's how you-
cutting in line everywhere.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I know, but yeah, that was just a weird day because I didn't really notice that when we came back for the 2 days this past weekend.
Yeah.
So everything was pretty cool, but maybe it's just because we had that Hannah and Johnny energy because we saw them on the second day.
Oh, you know what? That's why I got my coffee bought for me today. Because I let the cheating man and son cut in front of me.
Oh,
And today I went to buy coffee at this little local drive-through coffee shop. And I went to pay, and they're like, oh, the lady in front of you paid for you. And there was nobody behind me, so I could pay for them. So I was like, oh, thanks.
yeah.
So
See?
that's because I let the cheating man and boy cut in front of me at Web Slingers.
The universe balances things.
It's all about balance,
All
like
about
Thanos
balance.
said.
Never too much this way or this way.
Anyways.
Yeah, things like that are funny. But yep, this weekend was even more fun, and Bethany went to Orange Hill Restaurant, which has this really crazy view. It's kind of like the place that I already forgot the name, the Castaway up in Burbank, that I went with my work. But yeah, you see this whole view of like Orange County, kind of just looking over
Yeah.
everything. And
Well,
yeah.
first Saturday we went to Disneyland.
Mm-hmm. But I
Or
figured we'd talk about
Disney.
Disney at the same time. But
Yeah, we went. Well, we went 2 days because Saturday we went to the parks, and Sunday we had the graduation party, and then Monday we went back to the parks.
mm-hmm.
But Saturday we didn't stay on property. We just stayed at Anaheim Marriott again, and we just chilled at Carthay Circle. We had a reservation at Carthay, and we chilled there.
Which
Had
was
our
the-
Manhattans.
which was pretty cool because if you get Carthay around 3:00.
3:30, yeah.
Well, actually, we had it later, but we were able to bump it up
Mhm.
because a lot of people were there. So we ended up getting it at like a little past 3,
Yeah.
and which is cool because if you're on a patio, it's better than the dining package for
Yeah.
the
You
parade.
get to sit, eat, drink, and watch the parade.
Yeah.
It's better than the dining package.
To the dining package, you're
You're
sitting
eating
low.
dessert,
Yeah,
and you're just eating dessert.
here we're eating drinks and real food.
Yeah.
So,
we
and you're
got-
sitting up higher.
Yeah. And I kind of felt bad because I wasn't sure if I should still be eating when the parade comes. But there were people who were already like finished eating when we got there.
They just sat
and
there.
they just sat there until after the parade. So we're like, oh, okay, I shouldn't feel so bad and try to order as much food as I can. Keep
You can
ordering
tell that
food.
Tracy's about order. She's just like, no cutting. Am I abusing my privileges? But that's why I said, yeah, no, we ordered stuff up until like 5 minutes before we left.
Yeah.
Kept ordering stuff. So
I
as
didn't
long
want to
as
be like, oh, I'm just going to sit here. And that's why I was like, oh, just tip him really well if we stay too long.
yeah. But no, we actually ordered stuff.
I guess I
so-
care about what people think about me.
Yeah, I think most people do. Most don't admit it. But no, it was fun, and we had a really cool waiter, and we definitely, that's definitely our favorite spot, I think.
Yeah, their
Because
Manhattans
they-
are really good there
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And So yeah, that was a good day. And then when we came back on Monday, it was Hannah and Johnny Day. They were up there with concierge, and we didn't really see a lot of Hannah, but we saw but a minute with Hannah.
We met up with
she
Johnny.
gives you that energy boost.
Yeah, she had to do with her concierge people, so we met up with her really quickly. But we did got to have.
We
did get to have a drink with Johnny twice. So we met up with him. He bought us a Brother Thelonious.
He's like, "What are you guys drinking?" Brother Thelonious. If you mean that's at Sonoma Terrace. Yeah.
So then he had a break, so we met with him for like an hour and a half, and you happened to see a empty table, and we grabbed it, and it was right where the Pixar parade was going again. So we're like, yay!
Yep.
So we got some good views and stuff there, and footage of the Pixar parade, and a beer.
Beer. Yeah, and we went on more rides. I don't think we only went on Web Slingers with him, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, later in the night. But yeah, we stayed at the Grand because it was cheaper that day.
Yeah, it was like a summer special going on. I mean, just browse around and look and compare, because right now the hotels, on property hotels, are having a summer special.
We always get Hannah to book them for us. And she even booked us another one. And even though we knew she was at the park, we were like,
I know. I'm like, I'm sorry, you're on vacation.
That's how good concierge is.
Yeah.
They do not sponsor us. I don't get a dime from them. But I can tell you, Hannah, just use her code. And she's, there's Hannah at Learning the Magic, and then there's the Learning the Magic. I don't know if there's two separate ones.
No, it's just one.
Oh, okay.
Hannah at Hannah Learning the Magic.
Yeah.
And then her podcast is Learning the Magic Podcast.
Right. And so, and then there's DMSW. We got to give Johnny a shout out to. But yeah, she's remarkable. We'll be texting her at like sometimes we'll just see something that we want to do, and then we'll be on the couch almost ready for bed, and then Tracy will be like, "Oh, I'll just wait till the morning." I'm like, "No, text her now." And she'll just and all of a sudden she'll do it. Boom.
Yeah.
And it's already in our app.
Yep.
So awesome. She's awesome with that.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun hanging out with Johnny. And at night, Hannah got tired, so she couldn't meet up with us. But we met up with Johnny at the Hearthstone Lounge.
Yeah, we closed down the park there, and it was
closed down the bar.
Cool. Closed down the bar. Yeah, Hearthstone Lounge is pretty cool. I like it. It's becoming
you really
one of my
like
favorite
the pizza.
spots. That pizza was good. I didn't expect it to be. I just had the munchies at the end of the night.
Because there's never
I was just like,
good pizza at Disneyland, unless we go to Naples.
Yeah, there's Naples, and I thought that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then it's like a personal size pizza, like slices, 4 slices, but it was really good. Yeah, when there's the air in the crust, and that's kind of So I'll definitely get that again.
Yeah.
As far as the rides, always continue to check, because even when they say the lightning lanes are sold out for that ride, they did that late, and we went on plenty of rides, but I was able to get Space Mountain at like 9:00.
Oh yeah,
randomly. It just popped up and I snatched it. So, and when I snatched it, it was for like 10 something. So it was like, it wasn't like, right before midnight. It was like, boom, we were just sitting there and I'm like, I snatched it. So always check. Yeah. Even when they say they're sold out, even when they say the ride is closed, if you just keep checking, you get lucky. And we used to do that, pre-pandemic with Radiator Springs, when Radiator Springs used to be just, Fast Pass. And I would keep checking, and sometimes it'd be like, oh, it's going to be like 11 o'clock. And you just keep checking, and all of a sudden at 6 o'clock will pop up. So that still happens. So, just our advice to you guys. So
it was fun. Oh, yeah, and I got to give away some BTS lucky draws.
Oh, yeah.
At the
parade.
At the parade. So I know now, and you've been telling me this, I know why I like K-pop now. The music sounds like Disney music. Oh yeah, we went over. That's what we did on Saturday. We checked out the Pixar area. That area near Troubadour Tavern.
Yeah.
That used to be
Pixar
Lion
dance
King
party.
show. Yeah, the Pixar dance party, and all the music was like K-pop.
Yeah.
And then when I watched the Better Together parade, it was Four Town.
Mm.
And I was like, hey, they're like K-pop, and they did the whole heart thing and everything. And then the kids, I mean, I say kids, but they're probably in their 20s or 30s, in front of us were dancing. I'm like, by the way they're dancing, I know they're into K-pop. So then afterwards, I'm like, would you like a lucky draw, a BTS lucky draw? And they're like, oh my God, yes. So they all just took a lucky draw. And they were really
Profiling.
happy.
Profiler. No.
You know, when you do a heart with your hands like this, and you can't see me, but you know what I'm talking about. You know you're into
this is
K-pop.
4 guys, by the way.
And a girl.
I didn't see the girl.
Yeah, 4 guys and a girl. The one guy's like, I'm not really into them, but I'll take a photo card. So then they all took one, and then they were really happy. There was a kid, remember, when we were in Monsters, Inc. the week before.
Yeah.
The week before, there was a kid with his sisters, I think, in line in front of his Monsters, Inc., and his backpack had the BTS logo. And you're like, hey, it's BTS. And so I asked his sisters, because he looked like, he's special needs. So I didn't want to, bother him. So I asked his sisters, like, are you guys into BTS? She's like, no, but he is. So I was like, ooh, let me bring out some photo cards for him. And so I told him, oh, just pick one. And he knew what to do. You kind of know how to do lucky draws. So he picked one.
I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what are you doing?
When you're K-pop, you know what lucky draws are. So he took one, and these are my sisters' Shy Bear lucky draws. So they're not, they have her logo on it, but it's like, whatever. They'll just contact her business. But he took one, and he was so happy. He had this big smile because he grabbed Jimin, and Jimin's pretty popular. And he had this big smile, like, do you know Jimin? And he nodded his head. So he kept looking at me and smiling and holding on to it.
That's
so
cool.
that made me happy. That I made this kid happy.
Well, anytime you spread magic, it's a good thing. And that's what pays for your coffee.
Made up for the cheating man over there.
Yeah, that's why you can't get mad at people like that. It's just like, whatever. There's that one, I forget her name. I think she's a TikToker. And she just makes coffee and everything. And she's like, she just gets like these horrible comments.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, because she's always positive, and people are like, always bashing her about her weight. Because, the internet.
Weird.
The internet
the internet's weird.
The internet is like that.
Yeah.
And, man, it's weird that I have to like tell people because, my niece is the same way. Like, people get too caught up in the internet. Man.
Yeah.
It's not real life.
But it's weird because TikTok has negative comments. Instagram has positive, kind of.
Well, it depends who you are.
But YouTube is all
negative.
positive. But then I think it's because
But
they
I
have
saw
moderators.
Simu Liu the other day. He's like posting like, I used to
so
like the
weird.
internet. It sucks now. And I'm just like, you're a celebrity, man. It's like.
Of course you're going to get some negative comments.
There's some people who just live to give negative comments on the internet. That's all they do. And even things that you look at on the internet that are super positive are not real. It's like, I don't know, man. It's very, I get that the internet, well, at least the modern internet was designed to manipulate emotions. And I was noticing that yesterday because you know how there's like, they call it like rage bait, like the people who rage bait, like Disney stuff, it's woke and stuff. So I'll see a channel that has like some rage bait title and I'll just like, okay, like don't recommend channel or whatever, right? And then all of a sudden they give me more channels like that because they figured, well, he interacted with it. Even if he
Even if you said don't recommend.
I don't want to see it.
Oh.
That's the way the algorithm works. It's like, because basically they only care about people seeing their ads. Even though we have YouTube Premium still, they want people to continue. They want view time. So, and they know that things that make people angry are more likely. If you're angry at something, you're more likely to view it than if there's something that you're attracted to. That's the way the human mind works, because it's probably just our old caveman brains that are like, if that's a threat, I'm going to pay more attention to a threat than I am to something that's not a threat. That's pleasant, right? So a smiling baby is something that I might like to look at, but something that's ugly, I'm going to keep my eye on even more than something that's cute.
Right.
Because that's invading my mind space, right? So, I just think, and the algorithm knows that, and they design it for that. So if you find yourself getting angry about internet stuff or overwhelmed or whatever, like just like turn it off. I got rid of my Facebook. It's like I think I check it maybe now. I have to download the app every time I do it, but I check it maybe I don't know once a month to see if hopefully no one passed away or something. And that's about it. But yeah, it's insidious, but at the same time, it's not real. So, all right, what about? Well, let's just talk news now. 'Cause we are technically a news.
Well, we have Disney and DeSantis finally ending their beef.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. And I told everyone a long time ago it's going to come down to money.
Mm.
Because once he was out of the presidential race,
Mm-hmm.
I told you he's going to go back to being governor, and governors need money. Governors need to you can't because if you think you're going to Washington, again, don't make yourself a meme.
Mm-hmm.
DeSantis' move is the same move as the guy cutting in line, right? He thought that he's going to get somewhere special. Like the first guy who got checked by a security guard or the last guy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He thought that, I can piss off Florida's largest employer because I ain't going to be in Florida much longer. I'm going to be in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody with common sense knew you weren't going to be in Washington. You're not beating Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what political standpoint you come from, DeSantis isn't beating Trump. Whether it's just not. It wasn't in the cards for any Republican. He really thought so. He was just I'm going all in. Nah, because all Disney had to come back is be like, look, dude. Now that you're not going to be president, you're probably not going to be vice president. We need to sit you down and have a talk. And I had a talk with him, and it's over. And so now, basically, Disney's
Ability to open Fifth Park.
Yeah, they get they've signed an agreement, and Disney's going to spend over $17 billion over the next 10 to 20 years. They're going to expand their affordable housing, which they already kind of committed to, but now they're going to expand it.
They committed to in Disneyland, so now they're going to do it in Florida too.
They were already going to do it, but they're expanding it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Remember before when they were going to ship everybody out there?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's back on the table yet, but the ability to open a fifth park is on the table. So that at least they have the ability to.
Yeah.
They're not committing to it, but they're committing to expansion. 14,000 new hotel rooms, which means that that's an investment,
Yeah.
Maybe, that's going to take up for some of the hotel rooms that they smashed when they demolished the Star Cruiser. But that wasn't 14,000 rooms. That was only 200 or so. But, yeah. And yeah, I think that basically all the expansions and everything that they're going to do, I mean, this is just a small piece of it, but they came to a deal, and that feud was just basically what it was. It was superficial. If it was really on principle, you don't settle when somebody's like, hey, we're going to invest in businesses and everything in the community with a lot of money. You know what I mean? That shows you how principled it was. It wasn't principled. It was showboating. I thought I could be president. I'm not going to be president. So I better leave a good legacy in Florida. That's what it turned out to be. So yeah, that ends the saga of the DeSantis v. Disney feud.
The Reedy Creek drama.
Reedy Creek drama.
Ends.
Yeah.
So, okay. So then this one's one where might grind some people's gears is Bob Iger saying that we should embrace AI. So he just, during a discussion with regarding new and changing technologies with Canva co-founder Melanie Perkins on last Thursday morning, at the Canva Creates showcase, he says we should embrace new technologies such as controversial artificial intelligence. He said that Walt Disney himself was a big believer in using technology in the early days to tell better stories, and he thought that technologies in the hands of a great storyteller was unbelievably powerful. So he's saying don't fixate on its ability to be disruptive, fixate on the tech's ability to make us better and tell better stories.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing about AI is just kind of like, it's inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I've always said it's coming. The only question is that I think a lot of people in the media are worried about the jobs it'll take,
Mm-hmm.
but the industries, the only reason to use, and so there's like two sides right now that are kind of, and I think neither side is 100% sees the big picture. The big picture is that society is going to change,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's some doom and gloomers. It's like, oh, everyone's going to be out of a job and everything. And then there's the other side. It's like, yeah, but there's going to be new jobs because, like, with AI and especially if they get into quantum computing, oh, that's a bigger thing than AI actually. But with all this new technology, you could create stuff. So something that would take like kind of and this is why it's appropriate to have the co-founder of Canva
Mm-hmm.
talking to him about this, because when you guys see, like, we just put up the Doctor Strange giveaway,
Mm-hmm.
right? We just call it the Strange giveaway because I'm just giving them names now instead of May, June, July, or whatever. I put the picture of the cloak,
Mm-hmm.
the cape, in a ring of, kind of like a portal ring of,
Mhm.
of sparks and stuff, kind of like a Doctor Strange. What do they call those rings? I forgot the sling rings.
Oh,
sling
yeah,
ring,
yeah.
sling ring portal. Yeah. And and I could get it to fade in and out. I have the letters pop up. That took me about a few minutes
Mhm.
to do in Canva. And so think about what an improved technological base with AI can do. You've seen pictures and all this stuff, and things that used to take an entire studio, we're going to be able to do at home.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say we, I mean everybody, not
Mhm.
me. I don't plan on being a movie maker, but if you wanted to create like an anime
Mm-hmm.
or an animated short or even something that looks pretty realistic,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take maybe 2 people with a computer as
Mhm.
opposed to an entire studio and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So you're going to have, from people who are creatives, they're going to have the access of a studio does now. They're going to have the ability to create things that only big studios can now. So from an artist standpoint, it's going to be amazing. You're going to see stuff, somebody's going to do like an entire Game of Thrones, season, 1 through 20, when the Winds of Winter comes out. And it's not even going to be an official thing. And they're just going to be able to do it from their house. And I'll be like, oh, that's pretty cool, or their original stories or whatever.
Yeah.
Even if it's written by AI, it'll be something I haven't seen.
They could even take George R.R.'s books and spit it through something and then animates it.
Exactly. Now, the doom and gloom guys are right. Is that going to take people's jobs? Yeah. Is that going to give other people's opportunity? Yeah. But every company that wants AI, what do they want more than AI? The reason they want AI is so they can have people buying products.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Disney and, you want to limit costs by only having AI, but only having a writing room of only 2 or 3 people to work on the AI with, that'll cut costs. But it's not. But if nobody in America has a job,
how are they going to afford?
Yeah, you can't create stuff that people can't buy.
Yeah.
People need to, no one's going to Disney, and we're going to go into talk about Disney debt a little bit, but if you're a company, you still need customers.
Mm-hmm.
And if your customers don't have jobs,
Yeah.
society's going to have to change in some form or fashion.
Right.
So I'm not as worried about all these jobs disappearing because big corporations can't have that.
Yeah.
Well,
I was watching this documentary where they're saying, he's saying that the CEO of, I think it's called Aurora. It's a self-driving car.
Mm-hmm.
And they bought the self-driving division of Uber. It was like President Obama's documentary. He's like, well, aren't you worried about jobs being lost? And he's like, well, no, because the net benefit would be higher. Right now, it looks like
Obama asked him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's taking over like truck drivers. Now you can't have truck drivers anymore. You're taking their job away because his thing is self-driving trucks.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like the big rigs. So he's like, no, the net benefit would be larger, like because it's safer, it's whatever, whatever it is. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think.
So my point is with AI, even though it seems,
I think the thing with AI is it's the way like Moore's law. It's going to happen a lot quicker than the other technological shifts throughout history, right? So when they came up with, when Ford came up with the car, and then his biggest thing was actually the assembly line. That is going to, instead of sending things out to like these small businesses to make shops, you have an assembly line that can make 100 in a day, right? And then 1,000 a day, and then it became 10,000, and then we started automating the assembly lines. And so, yes, with every technological advancement, it takes a job. Does it create new jobs? Usually. The thing with AI is it's going to happen so quick. Are the new jobs going to come in as quick as they're being taken away? I think that's the concern, right? But at the same time, politicians and corporate leaders need people. You can head Apple, but if no one has the money for an iPhone, what are you going to do? So, that's going to be their conundrum. Like, how are we going to replace it? Now, is that going to be UBI? Are we going to all be like Wall-E and just get a bunch of money from the government and float around in floating chairs? I mean, is that our future? I don't know. I'm not saying that everything's going to be great, but I don't think it's going to be a dystopia, hopefully. But yeah, but then again, I just was ragging on, people getting too invested in social media. Social media with AI is going to be worse.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I think it's already.
Yeah, because you know how many people get angry and you don't even know if you're talking to a real person?
Yeah, it's
somebody
probably
leaves
a
a comment
bot.
on your thing, and it's like, it could be a computer. And it's like, and it's just, it can be weird. But again, just follow my philosophy. Don't make yourself a meme. Don't feel or act in a certain way that you would feel stupid about if you knew the truth. I know it's easier said than done, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I think that, and maybe I don't care as much because I'm older, so I'm kind of semi-retired already.
You're like, whatever, let the kids deal with it.
These kids handle it, man. But I do think they will, though. I think they will handle it. I actually do have faith in younger generations. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh man, these younger kids, they're never going to figure it out like every other generation. And even people in my generation, it's kind of begging on the millennials and beg on the Zs. I think people get smarter. I think they, I don't think
they are smarter because they have so much technology. So they're learning faster.
Are they going to have problems? Yeah, their problems are going to be just as intense. It's going to be just as, and they're going to feel it just as intense if we felt our problems. But they'll have their own issues and their own challenges. But they'll find ways around them and ways to cope and ways to deal with them the same way we've dealt with our problems. Now, some of those problems are long-lasting, but I don't know, man. I think hopefully, things will be okay. I tend to think a little positive about it. But there's going to be bumps along the way. So.
Well, there's also parents taking on Disney debt.
Yeah.
To go to Disney World.
This is from a study from Lending Tree.
Oh, wow.
And
they're borrowing from Lending Tree to go to Disney
World?
Well,
they're the one who did they've been doing these studies annually.
Oh.
But I don't think it's annually. I think the last one was 2022. But, it's like more travelers are taking on debt to afford a trip. And this is just for Walt Disney World, but I'm assuming it applies everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? To go to the Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. And the financial website surveyed 2,000 U.S. consumers, and they found that 45% of parents taking their children who are under 18, who are under 18 to the theme parks have taken on debt, and that's up from 33% in 2022. And then they said the average amount of debt they're taking on is about a little under $2,000. So, and then a lot of people said, 40% said it comes, from transportation expenses. 47% said the debt came from accommodation costs.
65% from unplanned food-related expenses.
Yeah.
See, this is why I bring my own water.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
but to me also, it's kind of like it depends on how you look at debt. I would like them to drill down a little bit
Mm-hmm.
on those numbers, because if you put something on a credit card, technically you're in debt
Yeah.
that minute.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you get home and pay it off, then you're not in debt.
Right.
If it's something that, like $2,000 to me for a family going to Disney World doesn't sound like a lot,
Yeah.
especially if they're going for like 5 days or something.
Yeah.
That means that they
And-
had money for most, because that's more than $2,000.
And if they have to put it all in credit cards, or they do put it on credit cards because you want to go cashless, or they want to earn points, so it's not really.
But the thing
going
about it
into
is,
debt.
but I don't even think anyone pays in cash anymore. I mean,
Yeah,
first of all, if you're
that's what I'm saying.
flying, you can't go to the
Yeah.
airport with cash and say, I want a ticket. So you have to kind of, so if they're just asking, hey, how much credit card debt do you have for this trip? Now, if they're talking about people taking out, I don't think people are, I guess what I'm saying is I don't think people are taking out bank loans to go to Disneyland.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And if they're now, credit card debt is hurting America bad.
Mm.
We got some serious issues with credit card debt.
Mm.
So I don't want to downplay that. But I guess what I'm saying is not all credit card debt is equal,
Mhm.
right? We had Hannah book another thing for us, and I like the fact of Disney hotels, they charge you for the first night up front.
Mhm.
I like that because I could pay it off and then not worry about it.
Mhm.
And then I'm just paying for like parking or something
Mhm.
and any incidentals, But the big portion of it is already paid for.
Mhm.
So as soon as it posts, I'm going to pay it.
Mhm.
So is that debt? Yeah, I was in debt for 48 hours. But it's technically debt.
But you use the card to earn points,
Yeah, but I mean, it's still debt, right?
Yeah.
You still owe it.
right?
But if somebody pays it off before interest hit, to me, it's not
Debt.
real debt. It's just,
Yeah.
it's more of a transfer. I'm transferring money from my bank to the credit card company.
Yeah.
Right. As opposed to somebody who takes on $2,000 and they're not going to be able to pay off that $2,000 for over a year.
Yeah.
That's bad.
debt.
That's pretty bad.
Hmm.
So and so to me, that doesn't seem as bad as it sounds,
Yeah.
because some of those people are in the former, some of those people are in the latter.
Hmm.
And I don't think that if you take a vacation once a year, if you're very good with the rest of your money, it depends how much other debt you have,
Yeah.
right? I mean, if you have debt for a mortgage in California, you're ahead of the game because you actually got a mortgage.
Mhm.
In California, that's like a huge deal.
Mhm.
If you are, there's student loan debt, there's, but hopefully the plan is for you to get a job and be able to afford that debt and more.
Mhm.
If you can't do that, then that was a horrible debt. Right?
Yeah.
So to me, somebody having debt is not bad. It's how they manage their debt.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So, and $2,000 to take kids to Disneyland, and if they're going to, and the reason I stress that this is Florida, is because Florida is a vacationer's park. That means most people either driving a long distance or flying.
Hmm.
And if all they have is $2,000 in debt, that's not bad.
Yeah. Right.
Now somebody said, the average Disneyland person, or not the average, but let's say like the average, okay. 45% of people at Disneyland have $2,000 worth of debt. To me, that's a little more worrisome
Mm-hmm.
because it's a local park.
Mm-hmm.
So if you live down the street and you're taking on $2,000 to go to
Well,
Disney,
Apparently, 65% is because of unplanned poor food planning. So
yeah, but if you live
That's
down the
the
street, you should have it planned out. You should know what's up. You shouldn't even have to eat at Disney. You should eat at home and then go to Disney. I mean, even when we go to Disney in the morning, we usually eat something here and then leave.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not like going up there to eat breakfast. So,
Right.
and we're an hour and a half away.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think it does make a difference.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but you guys let us know if that's to me $2,000 doesn't sound like a lot to go to Disney World,
No, not at all.
unless again in your per family you have unmanageable debt already.
Mm-hmm.
If you're putting this on, if you're already like short on your mortgage or your rent, and your car's about to get repossessed, and then you're like, "Oh, let's put our last $2,000
Disney.
on Disney." Yeah, that's a problem, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But the fact that it's rising is a little bit concerning because if
Yeah.
it was only 33% back in 2022, well, it could just mean that Disney's more popular then, and because
Yeah.
that was right after the pandemic,
Mhm.
right after the reopening. So that could just mean that more people are looking at Disney as a destination too.
Mhm.
Again, you have to compare it to everything else, just like we do. You know, okay, those new families that are putting that $2,000 on Disney, were they spending $4,000 on season tickets for the for the Miami Hurricanes? You know what I mean? I don't know. This could be a decrease in their personal family debt, their household debt. So you did drill down on those numbers, but I thought
Yeah.
it was an interesting article. All right, are we ready?
Well, we got Doctor Strange,
Oh yeah.
Mysteries of
Since we're
the
doing a
music.
giveaway.
Arts show suspended performance amid cast member unionization. So Disneyland Resort performers, as we reported a few weeks ago or last month, officially unionized with the Actors Equity. And so more entertainment may be cut as a result because of union negotiations being underway. So hopefully anything permanent like the Doctor Strange show will return after contracts are nailed down.
Well, I mean,
So it's not closing.
It's not closing.
It's just suspending.
No one's losing a job. It's just a pause, and then Disney will negotiate with them, and they just need to come up with a contract because this is their first contract.
Yeah, and then along the same lines, just today it was reported that they're trimming down schedules in July for the Dora Milaje Warriors of Wakanda show and the
It's a good show.
citizens.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the citizens of Buena Vista Street. So they're cut back performances by 20% or more during July, which is the busiest season
Yeah, that's not
of
good.
the year. So citizens of Buena Vista Street will not be offered on Thursday and Fridays.
Mhm.
And then in July, and then the Warriors of Wakanda show will not be offered on selected Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Sundays throughout the month. So the Disney Entertainment calendar doesn't go beyond July for now, so that's all we can see for now. But
Right.
it is about a 20% cut.
Yeah.
But we don't know if it's because of the contract negotiation or this cut in general. I don't know. But I think it's related to the union thing.
Yeah, probably any performer.
Yeah.
So, but it'll pass as soon as they get their contract.
Yeah.
So, I think it's just a matter of how long, but I don't think it'll be that long, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's Taste Talk with Tracy. Mash some magic in your mouth.
So we've been to the Magic Key Terrace a lot of times before, but this time we have new seasonal or limited item foods that we wanted to try. So we made a reservation. It's like Pixar themed food. So the first one that I tried was the Luca seafood pasta. So it's $32, but it has pesto marinated grilled shrimp, white wine steamed clams, Spanish chorizo, and pasta tossed in a spicy cream tomato sauce.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I loved it. With the shrimp
I
with the
loved
heads
it.
on it.
I know.
After I
You
ate
like
it,
it.
I was itching all over
Yeah.
my face. There's a video of me scratching my face.
Because you're
I'm
allergic to
allergic.
shrimp. Mhm.
All of a sudden, allergic to shrimp. But
All of a sudden. No, you're just eating more than you should.
no, it's when I eat more than 5 shrimp. But
Yeah.
if it's a prawn, if I ate more than 2.
Yeah, that's more
This
than you
one's
should.
more like a prawn, yeah.
If you know you're allergic.
Well, especially if you suck on the head.
If you're
Part-
allergic to peanuts and you die if you eat one peanut is too many. That's more than
Yeah.
you should. So
But anyways, it was good. It was worth it.
it's worth it.
And then you had the Route 66. Is it Route 66 or Route 66? Route 66 fried chicken.
Which is not really a chicken.
Right. It's $29, but it's fried Cornish hen with garlic roasted mashed potatoes, vegetables, and a mushroom herb gravy.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was really good. It was really good. And
Very
it's
tasty.
a lot. So either one of these things could be for 2 people though.
Yeah.
So so like if we order both of these things, we could have had 2 extra people.
Yeah, or you and I could have just shared one.
Shared one, but
Yeah.
we wanted to kind of try
Tried,
both.
yeah.
So, yeah,
That chicken was good.
yeah, it's really good.
Cornish hen.
I would give it an 8.5.
Mm.
I give them both an 8.5.
Yeah.
They're really good. I was surprised because Magic Key Terrace food is good, but it's not supposed to be great because it's supposed to be just a lounge.
Yeah.
So, very surprised, but happily surprised.
Mm-hmm. And then we wanted to try the symphony churro sandwich, but they had a power outage in the kitchen or something.
Yeah.
And so
And
they
it was
couldn't.
funny because we ordered and it got served right before the power outage.
Yeah.
So everybody who came to the Magic Key Terrace after that, no food, just
Oh.
drinks. Mm-hmm.
So then, well,
And it wasn't just a power outage in the kitchen. There was rides that were down.
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then to make up for it, I guess they didn't need power to make tiramisu, but they gave us free cookie butter tiramisu. Complimentary because to make up for the lack of churro
It
sandwich.
was really cool.
So that was really cool, and it was really good. I like tiramisu.
Geraldo.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not her.
No, Harad instead of Gerard.
No.
He said there's no R somewhere.
Gerald. But you have to roll the R. No, it is the R.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot. I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't know where I put it.
Yeah.
But yes, it was delicious. And then Billionaire's Manhattan was delicious. And what's different about their Manhattan
Yeah,
is
we
that
asked.
they put Pinot Noir.
That's
or is
the
it
key.
Pinot Grigio? I forgot which
Noir.
one, but one of the
Pinot
Pinots.
Noir.
Yeah, they mix it with whiskey and Pinot Noir. That's why
That's
it was
why
good. It
it
was
tastes
sweet,
so different than every other.
but the Carthay Manhattan is good too. and
The
that's
man's
sweet.
still good, but this one has that unique taste.
different. Yeah.
Yeah. So try the Billionaire's Manhattan if you ever go to the Magic Key Terrace. But everything was good. The service was good. We got to see the parade from the terrace. So nice little place to chill if you're a Magic Key holder or you're with a Magic Key holder. All right.
Okay, the first one is George Lucas expressed at the Cannes Film Festival that he doesn't want the theatrical Star Wars films re-released again.
Yeah.
Because in 1997 they re-released they did re-release it in 97, and then they changed the cantina scene
Yeah.
where the Greedo shot first.
Yeah. Everyone
And
knows Han
then-
shot first.
Yeah, and then he said that the original directors, writers, or creators should have the right to have the movie the way they want it. And he even said at Cannes that AI is inevitable.
Mm.
It's like it's like saying I don't think these cars are going to work. Let's just stick with horses. You can say that, but that isn't the way the world works.
Yeah.
So even he is embracing the AI.
Well, I think he's accepting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, he's the person who innovated technology multiple times.
Yeah, with the what's it called? That department,
Yeah, Industrial Light. and
Industrial
Magic.
Light and Magic.
So he started a lot of the special effects that we see in movies now.
Mhm.
And then he innovated again with the digital stuff for the prequels. So he shot everything on digital cameras. And yeah, it was, he's a tech guy. He really
Mhm.
likes doing things and creating stuff with new technology and finding new ways to do things. So I think he would probably be in support if he was still making movies. But it is also inevitable. So
Yeah, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
And then the next news is Captain America Brave New World is currently filming reshoots. And this time with a new cast member, Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
He's set to play a villain. Filming for the project originally wrapped in June 2023, and Esposito was not involved. But the reshoots, which are common for Marvel projects, began reshoot on the week of May 31st and will continue for 22 days.
Yeah, and a lot of people trying to guess who the villain is. Some people are saying I forget if his name is Bushmaster. I think it's Bushmaster. He was and the reason I think that it might be him is because he's a Moon Knight villain. And he's not a villain that I'm really that familiar with because I didn't really read a lot of Moon Knight comics, but Moon Knight was to me he's kind of lame in the comics. Some of the, he had some pretty good stuff in the comics. I really liked the show. I thought the show was pretty cool. But the reason is because he said this villain's going to appear in a series. And so, and there's a lot of talk about Moon Knight second season. So that would make sense. And that character would be a member of the Thunderbolts, kind of. So it would be, it's on the Captain America level of characters, right? It's not a super cosmic character, but he's kind of like a Killmonger type.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, this is some sad news. Disneyland closes Club Pixar. Or not Disneyland, DCA closes Club Pixar Dance Party 2 months early. According to the OC Register.
Stop acting like
funny.
you're not laughing.
This is funny. No, it is funny.
You're reading it all serious.
No, this is funny. It says...
You were laughing about it for a week.
I know. Here, wait, listen. A nighttime dance party that Disneyland fans...
You walk over my punchlines all the time.
Fine. You read it then.
No, they closed it down because they thought it was going to be for kids.
No,
they thought it was going to be for adults.
It's the quote is Disney fans hoped it would be a cocktail-infused rave, but turned into the more of a kid-centric crowd participation show.
Yeah.
So that's why it closed 2 months early. Just had a brief run.
They thought it was going to be a rave at DCA.
It's pretty much like the same show we saw at Disneyland.
Yeah, with kids.
Which is what the same exact thing.
They're
but
like,
they thought it'd be different.
Because we sell alcohol. There's not going to be kids. Disneyland, DCA, even though they sell alcohol, it's still a kids park.
Thing, yeah.
It's not like it's a 21. Until you start carding people to get in the park,
it's
kids. It's
basically
for kids.
The same show as the one in Disneyland. But I bet if they put the one in Disneyland over at DCA, it'll probably be popular because it's kids and adults. I don't know. The one in Disneyland was
but I mean, I don't
crowded.
know what they were thinking is like, oh, we're going to have a dance party right across from Monsters, Inc., but we expect it to be no kids? Like...
No, because they had the whole area, except Monsters. Forget about Monsters, Inc., but that whole area they decorated, for adults, like the drive-in theater and all this stuff. And then they were playing music that were more like pop music, I guess, like Taylor Swift and stuff.
You're at
and so they
DCA.
Thought, I know.
I don't care if they dressed it up like the Playboy Mansion. That was a stupid idea.
They wanted to be cocktail-infused rave. But instead, it's a kids' participation show.
At a Disneyland park.
You know what they were going for? Because the Mad Hatter's party was really popular. But it's still kids, but it was popular.
Yeah.
Everybody liked it. And that's what they were trying to recreate. And they just have to bring that Mad Hatter back.
First of all, they're lucky that it wasn't a cocktail infused.
I know, right? Especially with all these security guards walking people out.
Yeah.
At DCA.
I don't think you really want that. Be lucky. I think the spirit of Walt came down and said, look, enough is enough. You numbskulls. I'm not going to call them numbskulls. I'm friends with Majetti on LinkedIn. So I understand what they're probably wanting a place for adults to relax. But there's very few Disney adults that go there without kids. There's not very many people like us.
There are, but they wouldn't be like all like dancing on stage with
we don't dance on
joy
stage.
or whatever, Yeah.
We
just chill. We just sit and chill.
Yeah,
that's what Disney adults do.
Even when we drink to the point to where we could still be responsible around kids.
Yeah.
We're not going to be like, let's go
jumping
rave
up and down.
I want to get turned up, Tracy.
Disney adults come to Disneyland to chill. So
I don't think they understand. People understand that. Even people who criticize Disney adults, I don't think they understand that. They think that Disney adults either want to be 7 years old again, which is not true, or they're just irresponsible degenerates, which is not true. They're people who have lives and they find joy out of Disney.
Right.
Right? But they're not. Because the people who criticize Disney adults, or the people who usually think of Disney adults from the outside in, they're like, well, how do I act at a Raiders game is probably how they want to act at Disney.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And it's like, no. No. People just need to understand the simple fact: Disney adults are better than you. And if you soon as you, and then it makes sense, right? No, it's nobody's coming there to like
To rave.
to rave
Cocktail infused
or
rave.
listen to
Not that.
death metal or DJ Tiesto or whatever you think that adults
That
are
ravers
supposed to
do.
do. Ravers do. Yeah. The fact that they said we expected it to be an alcohol infused rave. I don't know what went wrong.
Where did we go wrong?
Yeah, I'm gonna rave with
Why
my.
are there kids there?
But why are there kids in front of Monsters Inc? We could clearly see the rope.
But they had characters dancing on stage like the other side. So why do you expect not kids to not go up there?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, but the characters were clearly been drinking. Why would kids be attracted to that? I don't understand.
I think adults would like the Better Together parade more than that.
Oh man. Yeah, some people. This is the kind of thinking that went into the Star Cruiser. At least this didn't cost like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right. It was
You
just,
know?
well, like a DJ is out of a job.
Ah,
you
put
know.
'em somewhere else. Just turn it. If it's a kids thing to dancing, just keep it a kids thing.
Yeah, keep it like over at Disneyland. That was fun.
No,
I
just still
enjoyed
have
watching
it. But if kids dance, that's still less kids that are in line.
Yeah, why did they just close it? They
That's
just
still a
left
good
it.
place for adults to chill with their kids. When we saw the Pixar dance party,
Yeah,
what I saw was a bunch of kids where you
letting
can let
off
your
their energy.
a bunch of adults sitting in the bleachers
Yeah.
and their kids running onto soft mats that are basically like splash pad mats
Yeah,
and dancing with characters where the parents got a break.
yeah.
They were just
got
sitting
to,
there
like,
laughing.
let out
They
all
could
their
still
energy.
see their kids.
Yeah.
The kids are because they're sitting above the kids.
Well, there were characters on stage teaching them how to dance, and then there were cast members too.
Yeah.
Just like dancing along with them, so that
Yeah,
to make sure the kids
are
aren't.
getting hurt and running
Yeah.
into each other. There was no 7-year-old mosh pit or anything. They were just, and then the characters at the end came out onto
dance with them.
dance with the kids. It was like, and the parents was just sitting like, oh yeah, that's great. And the only parents who went up there are ones who wanted pictures.
Right.
Of their
There
kids
were some
dancing.
parents dancing along too, but still,
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
just sitting, relaxing, like, oh, just
Yeah,
let
but
them
it was
run.
like 6-1.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, kids to parents, but and most of the parents were in the stands, and it was like cool. That was
yeah.
why wouldn't you? You're actually. I think they're thinking, oh, parents, they didn't get what they wanted. No, when kids are dancing and the parent can sit down, that's what adults
what they want.
Trust me, they've been walking around all day in 80-degree heat.
They just want their kids to work out and fall asleep after.
Exactly, they want their kids tired and they want a break. Why would you take that from them? Oh man, people
Yikes.
really don't know Disney adults, man.
Yeah. No.
But all right.
Well, speaking of Galactic Star Cruiser, just one final news is Anne Morrow Johnson, lead creator behind Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, is leaving Disney Imagineering to join Bob Weiss at Gensler, which is this big architectural design firm. She's going to be the design director and global entertainment leader. Bob Weiss, who was an Imagineer for 42 years at Disney, left and went there. So she followed him.
Good for them. Well,
Yep.
hopefully they'll make some beautiful structures.
Well, it's entertainment, so I don't know what they're behind. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know, Universal. I don't know what.
I don't
But-
know. But good. At least, you got another job. I mean, and to not joke about it, the Galactic Star Cruiser was a beautiful building with a beautiful aesthetics.
Immersive
It
experience.
was very
yeah.
immersive, and there was nothing wrong with it. The architecture is not why it failed.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. Well, that's all for today. And, we'll be back soon. And just don't forget our new Doctor Strange cape giveaway.
Cloak of levitation.
They call it a cloak, but a cloak has a hood. So I always,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I didn't know that's a difference.
Yeah. A cape is just on your shoulders and back.
No, but it's a cloak because it goes over your shoulder like this. Instead
Yeah,
of
but
just like
but it
that.
doesn't
A
cloak.
cape is just like this.
A cloak is to cover your head from the elements. When somebody says you're cloaked, it means they can't see you. You know. But yes.
Well, you're the American, so.
It's European. It's not an American.
I was born here. I wasn't born here, so I don't know.
They had cloaks in Vietnam. But all right. But yes, nice catching up with you guys. We'll be back soon. All our podcast friends, what's up? And yeah, I'm Brian.
I'm Tracy.
Stay magical.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe and visit us at www.ropedroppingknowledge.com.